Hey, what is up, guys? Flex Media here, bringing you yet another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. So, just to be clear, let's clear this out. We are getting a legendary campaign on this guy here, on the Cell First Form. Now, this dude's pretty good. I really like him. He's going to fit in on his categories. He obviously, so he can heal, and then on his 18 key super, he can lower attack and defense, so that's very nice, right? Any unit that can do all of those things, they're going to fit in well on whatever team they're on. So he's got big bad bosses, he's got shocking speed and shattering the limit at least, so I would say he's got fair links. Like, they're not supreme, you know, they're not great, they're not good. I would call them fair. I like his teams a lot. I particularly like him on the Androids team, or the Artificial Life Forms team. Android Cell Saga too, I guess. He will be good on all of those, but there's only one way to get this guy, and it is by running his Prime Battle event. Now, I had a request for a video long ago about the best Prime Battle teams, and the answer to that, like, what are the best Prime Battle teams? Well, it depends on the event. So, you know, you can do any, just to be clear, any team that you can run in the Prime Battle events, they have to be drop units. So they can't just be free to play. So, for instance, let's kind of check it out. We'll go over this, right? So let's just, for example, let's just kind of look. So, for instance, Ginyu. Not as though, like, you're really gonna... I guess, really, you could run the Ginyu Force, some variation of the Ginyu Force. They are all on Dragon Ball Seekers, so you could do a Dragon Ball Seekers team with the Ginyu Force, but that's not even the point. The point is they are free to play, right? You get them from the Battlefield shop. However, you cannot run them in a Prime Battle because you have to use units that you get from drops. So, you know, the other example, so this guy right next to him, Raccoon, you get from a drop, right? You get him in his own event that comes around every Friday. You can farm Raccoon and his orbs. So just so you guys are aware, that's how that works. You know, this Gohan comes to mind. But I do want to go over the best possible teams for the LR Prime Battle Cell event, so let's kind of check it out. So in my opinion, this is going to be your best bet of a team. Now, I always use this team. This is the Pure Saiyans team. Now, this is going to change if you've literally done 0 Prime Battles in your day. Then obviously you don't have Prime Battle Vegeta, right? But Vegeta, he's a 70% and 3-key leader to Pure Saiyans. And of free-to-play units, I'd say there's probably the most, I would say, is Pure Saiyans, but then right behind them would probably be Dragon Ball Seekers. It could be flip-flop, though. It could easily be Dragon Ball Seekers #1. There's just a ton of free-to-play Dragon Ball Seekers units. So we're going to go over this real quick, though. I'm going to go ahead and call this my top 5 sort of Prime Battle teams for this event. And I guess they're really in no particular order. You know, a good strategy to use is to go ahead and find units that are type advantage. So throughout all of the events in this Prime Battle, all of the levels, he's going to be tech type. So obviously not a bad idea to load up on int type units. So let's just say, oh, I don't know. Let's look for other units aside from Goku, right? So if we go to Pure Saiyans, where is Pure Saiyans? It's near the bottom. Here we go. So here's Pure Saiyans. So we're getting rid of Goku. Who else can we possibly add? Well, you have obviously a lot of choices, especially now after the Bardock event, right? So after these free-to-play Bardock units came out, so like here's Shugesh. He's not int type, but you know, he is a free-to-play Pure Saiyan that you get from a drop event. Free-to-play Cumber, completely farmable. You can definitely use him as well. Who else? There are a ton of units here, obviously. Bardock himself. You guys get it, right? The Lord Slug Goku. He can actually hit quite hard if you fall below 50% HP. I like him, actually. He's not, like, amazing or anything, but... So here's Broly. Broly's probably even going to be a better choice for you. So this Broly, he gets stronger as sort of the attacks go on. So that'll be good, particularly for that last level where it's like a 3-phase deal. You've got Fasha. I mean, you guys can see, right? There's a ton of different units that you can use. So I think it's pretty clear, right? Oh, Vegeta. You could easily use these guys, the last year April Fool's units. There's Borgos. So here you go. A ton of options for Pure Saiyans. So I think you're going to easily just, clean house with this team for sure. So, they are all going to have Shattering the Limit as well, even though this dude's kind of random in that he has shocking speed. But at the very least, he's got Shattering the Limit. So, all of these guys are prepared for battle. This guy provides, I believe he provides Ki. Yeah, he provides Ki to Goku's family. So that'll be helpful in a Prime battle as well. So, but let's not waste any more time. Let's kind of move on to the next team. I guess one more thing before we move on. Keep in mind that this particular team right here, this Android Cell Saga, is going to give you bonus drops. So there are, there's really not a good free-to-play Android Cell Saga leader, at least for Prime battles. So, like, you've got the Battlefield Shock Krillin, but you can't use him, right? Because he's not a drop unit. But we do have a solution to this. So let's kind of move on. But you do want to load up on as many of those as you can so you get the increased drops, okay? So let's move on to the next one. This is just like another sort of team I threw together. This is the Dragon Ball Seekers team, so led by this Goku Jr. He's giving Ki 3 77%, or you can obviously use Int type as well. And then this also comes into play, right? So here's the new free-to-play Bulma, who is actually quite good. I ran her in Super Battle Road. Actually, I ran Goku Jr. in there as well, so very, very nice unit. These guys, they might not link up incredibly well. They are going to have, well, actually they will. They'll link up with the free-to-play Bulma for sure. They do have Guidance of the Dragon Balls, and then, of course, Incredible Adventure. She does not have Shattering the Limit because she does not awaken. So they are very, very self-sufficient. They get additional Ki per Rainbow Ki Sphere obtained, and they change Ki. I think a random type of Ki to Rainbow. So they're going to be really, really helpful, of course. And then also, notably, they're on the Movie Heroes team. So if we go back one, so like this guy's a Movie Heroes leader. So you see like a lot of these units are going to cross over onto many teams. Obviously, he's Movie Heroes as well. But you've got free-to-play Giru. His event was just back for the first time ever. He's going to be able to seal for you. I believe those Prime battles you can seal. I think so. Now, he's not going to get this additional part of his passive, but he is going to go ahead and provide support to Dragon Ball Seekers allies. So there we go. Ki 2, attack and defense 30%. So that's super nice, right? And then he's on Dragon Ball Seekers and Artificial Life Forms. So Artificial Life Forms, actually that cell, the Prime Battle Cell, is an Artificial Life Forms leader, but it doesn't matter if you don't have him, right? So you won't obviously be able to run him. LRB Pan, of course, like, she's really good. She's going to be able to heal for you. She can potentially stun. Never mind that attack 10 out of 20. I'm still working on her second copy. It takes a long, long time. I will not use Kai's if I don't have to. Who else? This sort of like one of the original EZA units, this Kid Gohan. He's going to be really, really solid. He's going to be able to raise allies' attack by 20% when he supers. He changes Ki Spheres. You know, you're going to have two sort of units that change Ki, so that's really solid, right? So this is overall a really solid choice. The only problem is no Android Cell Saga. So what I would say is go ahead, like these guys are also Dragon Ball Seekers category leaders, so just go ahead and use them. You can find a lot of LR, Goku, and Arale friends. So you can use either one of them as the leader. This would just be like a backup team, right? If you can't find anyone who's running Vegeta, this just gives you a few different options, correct? So let's kind of move on to the next team, though. So this is going to be your best bang for your buck, if you ask me. The only thing is I would recommend rainbowing this dude if you want to use him as a leader. So I wouldn't call it a waste of orbs. He certainly could get an awakening in the future and be really, really good. But he is an all-types leader at Ki 2 and 30% to stats, so not the most impressive. But the thing is, if we look at all of these units, so Android Cell Saga, androids. They're all Android Cell Saga. I mean, I guess spoiler alert, right? So you're going to be able to get the most out of this team in terms of the drop rewards. So it's not necessarily a good idea to rainbow every single free-to-play unit, but the whole idea is if they're usable, like if you can use them in an event, so this is an event that you can use them in, go ahead and do so. Just slap a rainbow on them. I have Cell done. So I got him done before there was an additional drop reward. And I think I just used the Pure Saiyans team I showed you earlier. I think that that's going to be a really, really solid choice for you. But this one, of course, like you're getting you have 3 LRs on this team, which is really, really going to help you out in terms of getting the additional percentage drop. So this team should yield you about, what, maybe 215% or something like that. I'd have to do the math, but just a quick off the top of my head type thing. So that's going to be a really good choice for you. I think this is probably your best bet aside from this one. This one, you're at least getting some, right? So you'd be getting the Prime Battle Vegeta and then the 2 exchange units. So it's just another choice that you have. And then, again, it's all going to be based on what friend leaders you find, because finding Prime Battle friends is not always easy. I find the most of them. I find them all the time. So I think that, you know, having a backup Dragon Ball Seekers team is going to be beneficial to you. But this is going to be your best bet team. But let's kind of go over just a couple more teams just to give you a little bit more variety. So right here, if you have bothered to do this grind, this is an insane grind. This grind in itself is equivalent to like a Prime Battle grind. So you have to grind up all of these dudes from SRs. And you have to Dokkan Awaken them 2 times with these medals. So you have to get like 500 medals, and then you have to farm up 14 copies of each of them. So it's not easy. I did do this the last time around, the last time this event was around. But then obviously we just had this guy with the cooler event. If you did not farm this guy, unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to. Well, no, that's not true. No, that's not true, because the last time this came around, it was an event revamp. So this is from a very, very old event that was just simply revamped. So this dude's going to be a solid leader. He's a Terrifying Conquerors leader, category key 2, and then 30% to stats. But they're all going to share a bunch of different links. So, like these guys, so for instance, they have the identical link sets, right? So key 2. What else do they have? Strongest Clan in Space. That's a healing link, of course. So you're not going to struggle to super. They all kind of bring a little something different to the table. This would be probably one of more of my last options. But again, if you just want to do something different, I think that this would be a really, really good choice as well. You know, in terms of like my top 5, I guess maybe I'd put them at 5. Or something. So, but the last team I want to go over, again, just sort of for variety's sake, is a transformation boost team, led by this second form Frieza. You can go ahead, if you have not farmed him up, you can go ahead and get him from keys. He's going to be a good choice as well. He's a 77% leader, which is going to be the upper echelon, right? Unless you're talking about Prime Battle Cell, he's the first one that was a 100% leader of the Prime Battles. You know, who knows what Krillin is going to be. I suspect he's going to be a 100% leader, hopefully of the either a Z Fighters category or like a Saiyan Saga. Maybe he'll introduce the Saiyan Saga. So akin to LR Yamcha, I believe he introduced the Joined Forces category, which is an insane category, but at only 100%, you know, wasn't real viable until we got LR Kale and Caulifla, of course. But anyway, guys, this guy's going to be really, really solid. He is an AoE unit that does not really come into play here, but he does have an active skill. So it can be activated when facing 3 or more enemies starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle. Okay, so we're not going to be able to get that here. My bad. But he's still really good. Like, he's going to share big bad bosses with, like, I think he has big bad bosses. Yeah. So this is going to be a really solid choice too. Again, you can find other options. If you've literally never ever grinded a Prime Battle, you can find other options. So I do apologize. I did just receive a phone call, so I definitely lost my train of thought there. But this is overall going to be, you know, another solid choice, just based on the friend leads that you're going to be able to find. you know, it just, God, it just depends. Like, it just, you know, whoever is, you know, in your friends list or whatever, if you know them, just go ahead and ask them to switch either to this guy or the Vegeta, and you should be all right. I find a fair amount of Vegetas as well, so you should have an easy time there. And then oftentimes people are nice and they'll change their friend supporter to one of these units. So, but this transformation boost team, you know, this guy, he's going to be providing key and defense to extreme class allies. And are there any artificial life forms on this team? No, there are not. So there you go. So he won't be providing any attack, but at the very least, he'll be providing key. So that's always helpful, right? Obviously, we've got type advantage here with this final form GT Frieza. He's actually a pretty good unit. He can stun, he provides key and then attack and defense, and he reduces damage. So he's solid, right? He could use an awakening for sure. Primarily, he's there to be able to farm up the other final form, any final form GT Frieza. I believe there's only one, the Fizz one, right? But anyway, guys, I don't think we need to make this video any longer than it should be, but there are my top 5 teams. So we'll say Transformation Boost, Terrifying Conquerors, All Types Leader, but this is primarily Android Cell Saga units. Well, it's all Android Cell Saga. And then we've got Dragon Ball Seekers, and we've got Pure Saiyans. So slap a like if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you want more videos like this. I can cover the other Prime battles as well if you guys need it. But just always, let's just kind of look real quick. Before we end this video, let's look real quick. So if we look here, additional rewards, yes, we know that. So look at here. Android Cell Saga categories on your team will increase the bonus rewards. So there you go, guys. Always check the news. It's always going to benefit you. But anyway, slap a like if you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one. Later.